Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNUA 95.5. No, wow, I went full on WNTF. We are brought to you by the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. We are also made possible by Hades and Hellfire. A dark secret is claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child, the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Hi, folks. Okay, it is Happy Friday, and we are cruising and bruising. We are getting set up to get things done, and I am excited for it. Very, very, very busy weekend coming up. A lot of you guys, I hope, will be taking part in the activities tomorrow. However you do participate, I hope you participate safely. You participate smart. Do what you got to do, but don't do anything that's going to haunt you too hard. And as I used to say to my beloved substitute kids after, I'd known them for a while, do what you got to do, but don't get caught. Woo! Okay. That being said, tomorrow's a great day not to go shopping, and I recommend everyone don't. But that means we also have a few hours to get your shopping done ahead of time. Now, probably should do my accountability. My accountability is this. Yesterday, my lovely son and my lovely wife were very, very ill. So I spent most of yesterday taking care of them, and I myself was not feeling very well either. So instead of doing my usual bulldog my way through, it was make sure everybody's okay and then take a nap. Because I said tomorrow's going to be an active day for me. I have prearranged places I am going. Nothing political. Instead, I have a long scheduled family meeting that I am looking forward to. I say I because the attendance will vary on how well they're feeling. But that's okay too. We have to look at what's happening. We have to roll with the punches. We got to stay motivated. Remember, it is Leafy Moss. We are deep into it. The season of sharing ebooks with each other so that we all have something to read in the cold coming days. For legal reasons and the fact that I broadcast to networks other than my own, I do not encourage piracy. Sorry, got this weird cough in my throat. I do encourage creativity and supporting each other. I encourage sharing the general goodwill towards all, mankind. And I mean that by humans. Don't get weird with me. Now, what's on the menu for today? Well, today's going to be another spicy one in that there's a lot that I need to do. I am still bang-a-ranging my way through my ongoing series of Halloween-themed magic token cards. I realized I need to do a Halloween fairy. I know some of you will take that wrong, and shame on you. And some of you will take it very wrong, and please keep it off AO3. But it is a good day. It is a good time to get things done. I am more than a little motivated. So I may be working on that. We are looking into new printers, so I may be doing something a little different. I may be getting some high gloss, like 3x5s done of some of my art. Because I've been looking at print services, and I had a discussion with my lovely wife, who hopefully was the one I heard rumbling before I let loose with my good morning call. Else, very little could save or spare my beleaguered soul. But when we were looking at print options, and we had a bit of a thought. There are several. There we go. Do not fall out. Thank you. There are several online dealers and things where we can get different things, but we're having some difficulty with resolution and sizing and all that, which, as anyone who's done the sort of thing knows, absolute pain in the butt, because the vast majority of my art is done currently at thumbnail proportions for the ease and entertainment of my viewers, except for that which I do to the proportions of magic cards, and neither of these proportions work very terribly well for specific size prints. But we may have some options. Yes, we may have some options. So, assuming I can't find a local print shop that can do what I want them to do, and we're still going to negotiate that, we may just simply go down to CVS and fire off a bunch of copies of some of my digital artwork. That's right. Just, being a relic of a time where a gentleman could go down to a store and have your photos developed, why not go down to CVS and have them use their technology to get it out same day? Limited option. So we are plotting. It's a strange little plot, but I'm all for strange little plots because the small side of things are fairly Now, I also have a color printer of my own, but I don't have sexy paper. And I'm still working with my aforementioned color printer. So, depending on how today goes, that's on the menu. I did not expect to spend the last several days taking care of my family not feeling well. Beyond that, I am pleased that at least for today, I still live in a country without a king, and that we can still travel across state lines without needing papers. And I'm just feeling blessed to enjoy these freedoms and relishing in them as I can. Hopefully, things will be nice and stable for our misadventures later in the month. Oh, dear Lord. Not good, not good. There is an update logo on my primary screen over here. I'm not touching it. I'm not looking at it. But beware, if I'm getting an update, you will too. So, update notice. Now, as for today's show, aside from the fact I'll probably be dropping into some art after I bang through a few of your comments, if that's still of interest to you all, I want to know how you're doing, if you're up to anything that you can discuss, and I want to make sure that everyone is feeling the groove. You're in that mood. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to realize the weekend is forthcoming and we are blazing towards it. So, I am going I am going to, I'm sorry, I see fascinating commentary at the far end because I still get to see the last few comments when I am doing my setup. I can't really avoid that. I'm going to run a brief ad. I know it's a little early for that. Make sure I'm set up to possibly do a little bit more like token card artwork. Remind you guys that, hey, friendos, all of my card art will be available for sale at LodgeCon. A bunch was for sale at LibraryCon. And I have some other new stuff coming down the pipe. Have faith, dear viewers. But before any of that good stuff can happen, and before I can get into anything else, I need to run an ad. Now, right now, the delay in new vendorship has yet continued to keep us from having running the Indie CD ad. But we have some other really nice things coming down the pipe, and I want to get to them. So let's run this ad. Alrighty. So I'm all set to do the art bit, but I want to go through the comments a bit. There may be some slight interference while I'm trying to fix / upload something that wasn't working right. I had some issues. Now, first through the door at 9:23. You guys came in late today, but I forgive you. Is Carl Witzman. Good morning. Good morning, Carl Witzman. Accountability. Got more house painting done yesterday and lived, so that's all good. Hey, that's art. Hey, Carl, is puppy o'clock somewhere? Hi, Foxy. LOL. Carl saying the same thing, just out in a different order. And the 7 a.m. thing isn't bad. At least it's not the middle of the night like that first month or so. Well, you got to figure small dog, small bladder. Now think about that before making a canine purchase. And Donna's greeting everyone. Hey, Donna. Hey, Donna. Hey, Donna. Callie says hi. Hey, Callie boy. This is Carl. And there's no stupid o'clock last night, so Everyone had to save it up for the green room tonight. I think I'll need another nap later. I bet. Me too. Gonna be wild. Woke up with a sore throat and stuffy headed. Hopefully allergies. Oh, I hope you're not getting the bug that's going around. Whew, it's not nice. I get it. My nose has been an issue today. I'm coughing because I don't want to get sick and need to have antibiotics. Okay. I feel you, Foxy. All my allergic reactions go straight to my throat. And I hope Donnie wakes soon. She's got a full Skyland. I assume that is more of the Munzie shenanigans out of you. No, don't want that. And my ears itch. Hate that sensation. Got itchy eyes. Oh, yes. Deep inside the inner ear gets itchy, and there's not a dang thing you can do about it. Yikes, indeed. If Donna held you down, I could squirt ear mite medicine in there. We have extra for the cats. Oh, cats will probably love that. Ha! It's not me this time. I don't know if that's something that would work on Foxy Kitty, maybe. Anyway, I'm glad we got under control around here for a while. They were passing it around. Ugh, poor kitties. It's all good now. Mentioning Don and Trey and Churro to conjure them. I certainly hope we can hear from all of those fine people in multiple ways fun. Now, places Orange Cat, Munzie, and counter height jokes. Wow! Wow! Ah! Unexpected fireball. Don't forget. Oh, God. I need to charge my Fitbit and USB bricks for tomorrow's Munzie event in Terre Haute. Rhymes with vote. Morning. Good morning, Dan. Dawn. Where's Dan? And Dawn is the mastermind behind, of course, her. Fanciful felines, Buddy and Georgette. Hello. Let you get your squee in because you do love your squeeing, and we love to hear you squee. Now, where is Dan? Maybe he's getting a nap. I hope he's sleeping. We conjured Don. He's probably somewhere in Georgia. I just hope he's not heading toward the sea. Anyway, LOL. Iron cut patents on the pile. Not yet. Never mind. Hey, Dawn. Trey's probably working. She's been out and about, judging by my spy Munzie device. That's kind of creepy. A little creepy there. That's why I don't play that game, to be honest. Yesterday didn't go as planned. Emmy asked me over for lunch around noon. Didn't return to home till 8. Oh, my. Happens with friends. Long lunch. Sounds like Donna and April. Man, that Emmy is a bad influence. Good for her. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Indeed. Because we know you're subscribed. And the likes help me fight back against the evil algorithm. I lost my frame. Well, we'll deal with that later. Hide that. Hey, Nick. Hey, Carl. Hey, Donna. Hello, Grant. Excellent timing, sir. Grant and Botrix has correctly joined the channel. I'm wearing my KISS shirt today in honor of Ace Frehley. Speech impediment is loving that. But yes, we lost Starman. And it's sad. But right now I don't have much wiggle room for sad. I check my storage meters and yeah, I'm plumb out. No room at the inn. Good morning, Nick. Happy Friday. Yay. How you doing? I'm doing much better today than I was yesterday. Kat, how are you? This is Kat Rothamel, the Adventures of the Rock and Roll Art Goddess, and she lives up to every aspect about that. Knowing her is an adventure, she rocks and she rolls, and she is indeed an art goddess. How are you? Nice. Kat, she had chemo yesterday, so this is a rough week. She didn't want to be social, but didn't want to sit at home by herself. It was a perfect day. Understood. And greetings. And I could flash that. I haven't done that one in a while. Here we go. Greetings. Bueller. Anyway, double tap that. And let's see. And Dawn. And hi, Carl, Dawn, and Goddess. Indeed. Hey, Grant. Hey, Grant. Memoirs of the Morbid continues very slowly inching towards its goal. Goal. You need the goal. I understand. Hey, Grant. Kickstarter.com/project Mr. Grantastic. Memoirs of the Morbid Orange Volume. Go there, check out his book. It's an homage. There's that word again. Hey, Don and Foxy. We got cryptids yesterday. Thanks, Grant. And Don is doing... Don, God, I am fried, y'all. This is what happens when I don't drink caffeine in the morning. Carl, Don, Grant, Donna, all are being greeted by Cat. I can speak. Something is on my mind and is starting to roll over, so I just need to click that over. I have an ortho appointment for the knee today to find out more about the total knee replacement. Ted's off and he wants to grab brekkie. Well, I mean, breakfast sounds good. I hope your total knee replacement goes well. Foxy was here. YouTube being glitchy but for anyone else, there's a lot going on, and like I said, if there's an update, you never know. Yes, Carl, sorry for the wait. For some reason, I've had trouble getting motivated with fulfillment this time. It was being funky last night for us, Foxy. Dawn, I think your Skyland is full, or nearly. Whatever that means. I think you're funky, Dawn. Here comes the Dawn. Yeah, for the past 3 days, it's been junky off and on. I'm wondering. Yep, there are updates. Yes, she actually took yesterday off. My wife does not take days off lightly or easily. Our internet was down at 5 a.m., then it came back up. I would not be surprised if there aren't internet outages leading into tomorrow. I don't want to be that guy, but... And Carl, -7. Oh, Carl, we're now a numbers channel. Greeting for Foxy. And hello, Houston Dave. I am so jealous that I can't make it to the Texas Run Fair. I've always heard it's such a good time. Thanks, Dan. I have some friends who moved down there. I can be funky at times. You've got the funk. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. And everyone's greeting Dave. And hello, Dan Hollifield. Dan is the mastermind behind so much, but we'll just start with perhaps one of his greater known projects, and then we will go from there.
Hello, I'm Dan Hollifield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphellion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Okay, and we are back to the comments. And let's see. Whoa, sorry. My comments I'm getting comment dumps. Yay, hold on. There we go. All righty. Da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Hey, Dave. Good morning. Hi, Kat and Dave. Huzzah! They're saying. Hi, Dan. How goes the house repair? Yeah, would love to hear how that's going. So what's tomorrow? I forgot to turn my volume down as I was walking, and the show started. Tomorrow is the No Kings protests, and they are being lined up with a nationwide boycott because of what's been going on, basically all over the place. People are peacefully expressing their displeasure in the current administration while they have the right and capacity to do so. Rich! Oh, still done with the shout. Like, thankfully I was alone. That's bad. Me! Yes, Rich. You see, you need to do more shows and stuff, so I have something to promote of yours, Rich. Hey, Rich, good to see you. Angie asked me to get bagels for her coworkers. I did, so she bought me a sandwich. Oh, that's nice of her. And nice of you. Fox photo. Fox photo? Huh. Interesting that my bot today is non-political monk. Always fun to see that. Yes, Fox photo and Picture Island. Oh, okay. I need to get back. I don't know where that is. To an exercise regime. Hi, Rich. And no photos. Me too, Grant. Hides from cameras. Oh, don't be such a... I've used Shutterfly and Snapfish to print my digital artworks along with my photography. And Snapfish does a free 100 prints a month if you use their house. And I printed my own in-house. I print a lot in-house. I've used the library's printer. I'm just looking for options because I'd like to get some of my prints on very specific things, such as large neoprene mouse pads about the size that people play certain card games on. And nope, completely sober. Hey, Rich. Hey. And Nick, glad you are feeling better. Hope Matt and Sandra get well soon. So do I. I wanted to see my family Saturday, and that was in place long before I knew the other events of the day. Inherited it from my dad. I have a nice older model, semi-professional camera I need to learn to use. Inherited it. Well, then, if you look up the model online, you should be able to find an English manual. Yes, depending on how many things you need to get printed, sometimes it's more economical just to print them with your own devices. And, oh, you've got to clean up after your dog? I'm sorry to hear that. He's a big boy now. He doubled in size since we got him. Indeed. Thank you to everyone that reacted and commented on my mom's picture from the job, that chicken pusher. My babies. She's at 99. How many does she need? Had noticed your channel is, garbage. All of them. She doesn't get any. I just love to see her get the attention. Post that link again. I'm going past. Plans change. Lunch. LOL. Lunch is good too. It's 39 degrees here this morning. We're at a balmy 61 right now. And Facebook. Oh, that's the link for her mom. My portable drawing tablet has turned into another laptop. Bought a key dial to make switching tools and adjusting brush sizes easier. Cool, Rich. Then bought a slim Bluetooth mouse and keyboard to carry with me so I can write on it, because sadly this one doesn't seem to have handwriting recognition. Nice, Rich. I have a little hub so I can plug in my portable HD and other devices along with the HDMI port. That's a nice device. And since that's a nice device, we'll talk about what we can do on nice devices after we've run an ad. Oh.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too.
We'll just get set up to do artsy goodness. And we'll keep the comments flowing while we do it. Chair. Yeah, my throat is still a little sore, so I'm not going to blast it. Oh, let's see. Cool, Rich. Nice, Rich. There we are. Zazzle has tons of things you can print your artwork onto. The other things, I've also used Meijer and Walmart print services. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what will fit in my narrow span and work with my resolutions, uh, it's just kind of a thing. Sadly, I think it's more powerful than my go laptop. I believe it. So we trademarked the Viv look. We should give her some love. And chair, 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 chair. And yes, I got the keyboard so I can work on the fire and finish things that go bump in the light. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I've got your comments up. Since this is going to be a quickie, I'm just going to drop into that down to 20. I'm going, oh, wrong volume. There we go. We can put that wherever it needs to be. Drop that down to 20. And I think I'm just going to drop the ducks for now. Give it a little more volume so I can hear it. Close enough. I need the rhythm. Oh my gosh, yes. Let's see, where are we? Should go hook up a color laser printer, but it dims all the lights. Yeah. Yes, image resolution can be a pain in the butt. My dad had like 3 of them. Once the UV printer gets in, I can print some buttons and other things for your table. I wonder if any of them still work. What I need to do is figure out how to get if my new to me 3D printer works, and get sorry, checking something. Anyway, and try to get my check. Oh, there was a line there that wasn't supposed to be there. Try to get my BSRs printed, because I know I'm going to need more BSRs for LodgeCon. And I have to hammer out the ones that I did for get the ones that Joe did for me. We're still cutting our way through those. Get out. But right now I'm just doing a very easy light print. Let's see. I wonder if any of them still work. They might. They noticed a leak issue in the models that they paused on shipping. Oh my. That's not good. You might try looking around. I actually bought a small thermal printer, hoping I could use it for some applications, but it's not quite giving what I needed to. And yes, I know the proportions are slightly off, but because she's a fairy, I am trying to just get a rough feel for them. I'm also experimenting with, instead of using the blue ink, something closer to how I actually sketch with the pencil tool, since it's letting me. But I don't know if this is the energy I want for the Halloween set. It's a good pixie, but I don't know if this is the energy I want for it. So I have to think about it. Like, I might redo her head position, because I might want to do to move her more towards the looking over her shoulder. But the only way I'll know is if I do stuff lightly. Say you're an Amy Brown fan without saying you're an Amy Brown fan. But Amazon has them. Ick, LOL. Yeah, look around. See if you could find printer cartridges. I have a staggering quantity of cartridges for my toner cartridges for my old HP, but my modern Windows 11 boxes won't talk to it. I mean, fortunately, my old I don't like that book. Windows, I want to say 98 box will still do what it's supposed to do. I hit the wrong button. There we go. There we go. We need a much more. I need to think about the structure of the foot of it. I'm in rush sketch mode, and I'm not sure why. It's not like I'm in a hurry today, per se. I do have a lot to do immediately following the stream, and as always, I have not centered this picture properly, so I'm going to have to recenter and resize. But fine, go that big. Doink. We'll do this. Do that. More there. There. Because I do think I'm going to redo that face. I have that much space to play with, roughly. I may have to do something doing, but that's okay. I have to leave room for the lettering. But yes, does anybody have fun plans for this weekend? Why am I having foot problems today? I guess I haven't quite decided how I want to do it. Absolute garbage. I'm gonna do something. Set that off. We'll put up candy bar getting yoinked. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I have to work on this. I reflexively shrunk the canvas down to looking, let's see, color laser and printer copies. Get you buy new printers by discontinuing? Oh, absolutely. There's no reason that they can't just all be tank filled. And happy Friday. Hey, Chris. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, guys, please hit the likes if you enjoy the content I give you. If you don't, that's okay. Just tell me what you want to see more of, and I will do what I can to make it happen. So, I take this. And no, I didn't turn the time lapse on. I should have. We'll get there. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to keep everything fairly cutesy for the aesthetic of the overall set. This might be too, like I said, this might be too Everything feels like I've just been rereading How to Draw Manga from the 90s. I don't know why. My mojo just feels off this morning. But I felt off Wednesday too, so we'll do something to figure it out. There we go. We're getting there. Like that. Shorter hair. Getting back. To not interfere with light. There we are. Again, this is still the sketch layer, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see. If the weather holds out, we may go to Tanner's Orchard. Oh, that sounds nice. Dawn, please don't do it. Shouts in the wind. I won't. We never go to the U-Pick. Good. Paracord is coming. If somebody doesn't stop overdoing things. Indeed. Everyone catting here. Too early. Yeah, I get 15 more minutes at least. Back off, Fluff Butts. Maybe we'll give her a little bit of like a hair crown thing I can come back and revisit. I'm trying. I think I have her wing upside down, to be honest. So we're going to fix that. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. No. We'll go. Come up here. Yeah, you can tell I'm serious when I start breaking out the little swishy noises. There we go. Now we are definitely getting somewhere. Quite figured out where. Okay, we can work with that. Kind of like where that's going. I figure that halter tops are all the rage for winged characters as a rule. And the idea of a twin-tailed what you want to call it? Like coat and tails, it appeals. We can get somewhere with it. And the nice thing is, it's a fairy, so everything doesn't have to make perfect sense. She's going to be, of course, glowing. I'm going to have to ink all this, but that's okay. It's a good way to spend my morning while I figure out what I want to do. I give her a fascinator. Give her a fascinator, does that work? Especially a very strange fascinator. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a good bit. So we're going to just leave that there. Gives her a very ringmaster look, which in itself, again, is very fairy. So, got a little too much of a tangent there that I don't want. So we'll just make sure the tangent is a little different. There we go. Okay, but if she's ringmaster, I have to change her boot. Helps if I use the right tool, doesn't it? Let's see, where are we at? And right, the only reason I'm not reading off so much is that you guys are talking about different printer prices. And we know you're stubborn, but we love you. Wait. What did I miss the Foxy? Oh. I need to wear my glasses. I first read Panther as partner. Oh. Well, and that's Girl Panther. It's a real name. Aria, you could call her Fluffy Bunny. She was hanging out on my shoulder for a bit. Oh, I love when like cats do the shoulder mounted purr cannon. Fluffy bunny butt. Oh, is that a request? Well, shoot. We can do that. The system is down. We all love Doom Money, and it is so cool that I have a little live one. I might see. I'm afraid because I love Doom Money. Part of me wants to take him with me when I go to conventions, and part of me wants to go, but he is safe here. So I may have to commission a traveling Doom Bunny at some point. I'm going to play with the face too. We are still well within the realm of figuring out exactly how we want things to go. I may have to spend some time looking at like dragonfly wings and butterfly wings again. Again, just figuring out where I want to put that. And I'm going to have to sit and work on the hand anyway, so I'm not real worried about that. Is that a looking box? Box. Yeah, that's not bad. That is not bad for the rough sketch concept. Going to need a lot more in the inking, but that's okay. We can figure that out. I still need to fix her boots because she now needs button up the side boots because she's kind of got this ringmaster vibe going. And I am absolutely here for it. It just took me a second to figure out like her energy. Face is going to have to be redone slightly, and that's okay too. Oh shoot, that's right. Thank you. Not too long though. I get zoomed in. Now, are we digging it? Yeah, I think we're digging it. Let's pull the. Yeah, we're a little late for. Well, you want a time lapse of the inking? You can do a time lapse of the inking, sure. I need to go back to doing my time lapses properly, but let's see. Because this is all rough. See, this is the super rough, sketchy stuff, and that is way farther than it used to be. So I can just get my groove on. I figure if I am in front of the computer, I need to at least be producing something. Now, I know I'm going to slack on my phone far more than I should. I have come to accept that I'm going to slack on my phone far more than I should. And that is okay. But if I am actually in my study, hunkered down, this close to major convention, because LaunchCon is one of my biggest of the year, boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. Yes. Actually, yeah, LaunchCon has replaced RegionCon as my biggest event because RegionCon basically is no more. And that's sad. But nothing lasts forever. And especially when the original founder in charge of an event passes. If that eye isn't over far enough. We run into problems, and not everybody can fit the big guy's chair. Those are big shoes, and Ben's shoes were big to fill. Now, the community is still great, but she needs. That's not the expression I want. Okay, there. We bumped into it. She's adorable. Shoot. There we go. We'll do that. Now, I'm going to take a second, run an ad, and we'll be back in a little over a minute because I fixed what was bugging me. Are we back? Yep, we're back. Okay, let's go back here. Sorry about that, guys. Sandra got sick again and needed some assistance getting some stuff taken care of. Tried to keep it as quick as possible. Mandy's home, so she's handling the rest, and we're doing okay. Just one of those days. Hey, we'll see you later. Hey, thanks for coming by, Grant. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I really do. I have an amazing audience. You guys are really cool. Now, man, those super long weather vane ears start to be a little difficult. to keep track of. So I may have to zoom out and straighten that in a bit, but we're getting somewhere. Not quite sure where, but we're getting there. And that's part of it, guys. Now, I may end up axing this and working on this image without you guys later if need be, but we'll just have to see how the day is progressing. Well, that's what was bugging me. I knew something was off. Have to fix a little bit. Well, we'll figure it out. And that's the great thing about art. It's all about figuring it out. Now, the reason I am doing so many tokens, aside from the fact that I'm going to a gaming convention and, you know, I can see tokens just going very well, is the fact that I'm not necessarily pleased with some of the choices the makers of Magic the Gathering have been making lately. And so I'm more inclined to do things that will help Magic and other games I play, because I can use these to keep track of assorted critters. I can use these for D&D damage tracking and things. I like that. I don't know. But if you don't like something that's going on, I believe it's your obligation to try to do better. And if you can't do better, at least do it your way. At least put something on the line. Because as artists, as authors, as creatives of assorted flavors, really, we catch a lot of flack. And one of the hardest things I hear, and what kills a lot of people's creativity, is the input that comes from people who could never do what we do. It's hard enough in today's world with, you know, the ease of the AI cheats to create and to produce a product. Now, I don't want to say create, because they're not creating, they're recompiling. But it's so easy. People say, why do we need artists? And the people who say, why do we need artists, aren't people who do any art themselves. I'm going to have to play with that arm a bit. That's okay. This. And then I'm going to have to pinch more on the backside. I'm not sure. But we're going to see. Oh, I hope you have fun with it. If you're doing something, Run Fairy. And going to start to get ready for today. I may pop in. But everyone have a good day. Healing love to Xander. Thank you. He's just been sick as a absolute dog. Poor kid. So the best I can do is try to take care of him, and we'll try to make it better. But getting back back vaguely on topic, don't let folks discourage you when it comes to your art. I have people I know who I've known since children, and they can draw, paint, and create circles around me. They really can. One of them is my buddy Sterling. I was a sub for years and years. Substitute teacher. Some of you will need to hear that. But his art is phenomenal. It is amazing. And I know people who've, because of who I've met, who are many years older than me and do artwork I can never touch stylistically. And that's okay too. Because comparison is the thief of joy. But I speak of these people because they are actual artists and I respect their opinions. But there's so many people who will tell me, hey, Nick, with AI, why are you even bothering? You could make a lot more money a lot faster if you just, use AI to crank out books and use AI to, do your art and AI to design your games. You just have to, be real specific about what you want. Doesn't that sound almost? I'm sorry, as somebody who's studied a lot of folklore, it almost sounds like the old demon wish lore. There's a shadiness inherent to that. Hold on. I wonder if you can make 3D prints of your art. That's a great question. What I have done in the past is my more geometric stuff. So I've done 3D renders of my big stumpy robots. And I have then I did 3D renders and I sent them to both Joe Bachman and Richard Asplund Jr. And they were able to 3D print from those files with some slight tweaks, actual miniatures. Now, I have 2 3D printers I'm trying to figure out how to use on top of everything else I do so that I can run it and not have to require them. But I haven't found the means to do 3D sculpture, though I might try to get some polymer clay and set up some armatures and then do sculptures based on my my artwork, and then I want a 3D scanner because if I can get this working, I'm going to get the printers working. Oops, that turned a little too butter knifey. I would love to then be able to scan them in and make like D&D style miniatures or statuary type busts out of my art because I see no reason not to. It's a very good idea. Now, somewhere around here, I actually sculpted Doom Bunny and it got punted. So I have to dig my way to it in the disaster that is my office. But it is possible eventually. It's not something I'll be able to do for this year's LodgeCon, but it is something that could be worked out. You know? Ooh, that is a little too much of a booty there. There we go. Do that. We'll do that. Come around here. Like that. Now this part's definitely going to get a lot of black work done to it. So the almost Tim Burton-esque jiggity stuff will work a little better. But the other thing I could try to do is a raised or embossed version. And I am looking into actually getting plastic cards done, like you do library cards, but with my art on them, as part of some game design materials I'm considering. I don't know if that sounds like something you would find interesting, but that's something else I'm working on. It's just we tend to get our ideas for what to do for a convention very close to the convention when we are inspired, Mandy and I. And that means we have to hustle more than perhaps we should to implement these ideas before we forget them. I'm gonna have to work on the hand. I'm gonna have to work on a lot of things, and that's okay. We're gonna get there. It's just gonna take a bit. Because I mean, this is the equivalent of carrying, your body weight as a chocolate bar. It's a lot to ask. But if there's a piece you've seen me do and you would like to see it rendered, I know a guy who has a 3D scanning camera. It's way outside of my budget to have such a thing, so I could probably be inclined to have him do a scan or two for me if Rich is still here. So, and yes, I could theoretically go teach myself a new digital program. And I don't like that one at all. From there, render it myself. But honestly, I have so much I need to learn how to do already. I'm starting to realize I am at my personal staffing limit, where to do the creative things I need to do, I can't keep chasing the production things. it's a little too it's a little too much. A man has got to know his limitations. But no, wrong tool altogether. Otherwise, it would be a stitch on this side because the buttons would be on the outside. Anyway, there we go. That's coming out cute. I'm not sure about the swirly gig thigh-high things, but we'll figure it out. I have to do a bit of work here real quick to make this visually make sense. And that was not what I needed to do because that means a whole bunch of things are not closed. But sometimes the only way to find out how not closed it is to do that. So that closes that part. This closes this part. That should not have gotten out. Let's try it now. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. It'll need more work, but we're getting there. I'm going to have to thicken this just a bit. We'll get there. It's all about finding the balance. And right now my balance is it's just personally way off. I was trying to do something artsy there, and I don't like it. So if I come back and get rid of both these sets of lines, I can play more. There we are. And let's see. Art is a necessary and wonderful thing for the world. We need to have a means of escape, and seeing something that we might not otherwise have thought possible. Artists give us that and share their gifts with the world. So support them as much as possible with funds within your means and encouragement and support when you can. Absolutely. Because the world right now is stacked very much against artists in general. Because basically there are a bunch of people in the world who don't create anything. They function by profiting often from the destruction of other people's stuff. Because they don't necessarily see or realize what has value. They only see what has a price. And unfortunately, these two things, price and value, are not always the same thing. In fact, they thrive on the concept that they're not the same thing because that's where they find their profit margin. But the thing about art is it is a voice that can sway the masses. And when you realize how important advertising is, not just to to wealth, but to power acquisition, you start to see why being able to control the concepts of the artists is so important. And that's something I simply cannot abide. Because without the artists to talk about beauty and ugliness, truth can't be analyzed the same way. It's the same reason we need comedians to laugh at power. We require that in a free society as a stopgap against tyranny, against villainy, against cruelty. The power of humor to unite and uplift is mirrored by its power to lay low. And I think that this power is envied by the wealthy, by the individuals who desperately want control. And when we have people who desperately want control that they have not shown any merit to earn other than deception, we run into some very strange dilemmas. That'll do. That'll do. So the only way we can preserve that is to tell the truth as we see it and give what the world needs. That can be music, that can be art, that can be games, that can be stories. When you're compelled to create, you're creating something that its absence echoes within you, or you are finding something. I will admit, I am a finder. I start throwing pen to paper, or digital in this case, and I find images I didn't expect to find. I find stories I don't know the ends of. I can't even begin to fully tell you where they all come from. I mean, I went to school. I studied structure and verse and grammar, and I'm terrible at a great deal of it. But the stories that I do hold like summons from another area. I'm not usually doing them to produce a given lesson or a given morality or given something else. I'm telling the story because that's how the story found me. Sometimes it's based on my real life events. Certainly, good half of the art and tales are. A good half of the Through the Thinning Veil. A number of the art and tales are as well. But I'm a little more freelance with my art and tales books. A little more facile with the art and tales. project. But it leaves us with questions and thoughts. Now, that thought might just be, that was a cute elf, and move on. It doesn't need to be that deep. But sometimes it does. And you don't know what's going to get you into that deep place until you are convinced of it. The world needs to find, a balance between caring and laughing at the nonsense of being too serious. We have lost a lot of the public sense of humor. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. Exactly. And that is one of the great litmus tests, I think, for a person's moral center. If you cannot see the humor in yourself, at least sometimes, if humor is only something to be weaponized to expound upon your perceived grandeur or glory or what have you, then I'm not very trusted. Because if you can't laugh at yourself, that means you can only laugh at others. That's not fair. It's why when I share things, I almost always try to share things that either inform or amuse, but I try not to ever punch down. You know? With my humor. That's not bad. Maybe it's work, but it's not bad yet. I think that's part of what matters. Now, this. Yeah, I like that better. It's a little more traditional, but that's okay. Gotta decide what we want the color spread to be, though. And I know I have a lot of work to do on this, but I like where it is going. So I am going to kind of run with it. Oh, by the way, anybody who got to see creatives at play, I did share the image I did, the Poffle House image. And that goes for both sides and ends of the spectrum because all of them are too full of themselves. What spectrum are you referring to? Because I want to make sure I'm on the same page. sure I understand what's being said. Political. Okay. There is some truth to that. There is some truth to that. However, I will find that currently there is a lot of false equivalency going on. And my problem is, again, about I don't punch down. I also have basically spent the last almost 10 years. Oh, let's see, 16. Yeah, almost 10 years. Warning folks, so 9 years. But since it started in 2015, yeah. About possibilities that I was, when we talk about, laughed at. I had a lot of people tell me, well, both sides are the same. And currently both sides aren't. And that's a simple logistic fact, because what's going on in our country right now is completely unheard of. Now, I am told, and I have been requested to be careful how political I get, because I do broadcast to other people's channels. And that is okay. Well, ridiculous things, yes. Ridiculous things we should not be fighting over. There are some things that do require disagreement, and they do require absolute a hard line of this is not right. And right now, those things are being discussed. Right now, we have going through the country things that would have been thought impossible a few years ago. And they must inherently be opposed. And humor is a great tool for opposing them. We can't have a common ground when people are under threat of either side. But right now, the ones who are doing the most threatening are the ones currently in power. And what happened, when we talk about stories, we talk about narratives. In America, certain false narratives were produced. And it's gotten to the point where when the rest of the world sees it one way and a small group of people claim it's the other way, I start to get uneasy. I think it's necessary. Yes, I'm absolutely for peacemaking. I am absolutely for both sides coming together, because I have Republican friends and I have Democratic friends. But what I am seeing going on right now does not reflect the Republican Party I knew. Certainly, I mean, I never knew the Republican Party to ever abuse American veterans, at least in discussion and over policy. I never, to most Republicans, the oath to the United States Constitution is a sacred thing. And at least, again, the ones I knew. And that they valued the amendments, all the amendments within the Bill of Rights, not just the convenient ones. And not just only when they were convenient. Because if we're talking my political beliefs, I will, because it's my show, and if that becomes inconvenient, I will alter my broadcast audience. But I believe I am politically centralist in that some things I believe are more conservative, some are more liberal. But only through the preservation and fair distribution of justice can we have the freedom to have these kind of conversations. And it is in certain extreme wealthy donor class types to not have these conversations because they have been doing unseemly things and have been caught at it. And as that is the case, they are doing things solely for the protection of themselves or people who have paid them great deals of money to be protected. And that is going against the will of the people. So the only way to deal with that is to stand up and, in a clear voice, say this isn't right. This has never been right. It will never be right. And the way I know that something is up is, even though I'm broadcasting, even though it affects nothing as I'm sitting here drawing, I find myself wanting to speak in hushed tones. And I don't think that's right. And I encourage people, and I encourage everybody to educate themselves always. Because that's what we need to do. The only way we will improve as a people is through the pursuit and application of education. That's it. And I have crazy ideas. I believe that everybody should be treated equal, regardless of race, class, gender, interest, whatever. I believe that we should all be treated like we want to be treated, which I will admit much of the time in my case would be, so just leave folks alone. Oh no, there's no. You haven't turned it this way. No. Okay. Bye, Chris. You have a good one. How you guys liking the fairy though? Yeah, I hope you can shake it off too, Chris. I really do. I don't know if you're still around, but she's coming out good, isn't she? She really is. And I do apologize if I upset anyone. Upsetting folks is not my purpose. Telling the truth is. And putting happy, goofy artwork up. Now, do I think we are in a position to cover her? How does this sound? I'm afraid the philosophical thing I could think about. That's fine. Nothing wrong. You have to go grocery shopping. You gotta survive. There we go. And there's nothing wrong with focusing on that. You focus on what you can. You do what you got to do. But the only way we're going to get better is by having conversations. Let's see. Let's do a multiply. I forgot to turn on music, didn't I? Yeah, you're going through a lot right now, Chris, and I hope you are feeling better soon. I did not mean to come off grumpy, and like I said, I know you're going through a lot, but so get the rest. I am genuinely sorry if this ended up in a direction you didn't intend it to go. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that I am dealing with people I care about that affect me right now. So get feeling better. Now, we are here to do I'm not going to fight chasing the sweeps yet. But I think we're getting just a fun color here. This is coming out a good picture. I don't know why she came out looking like a wingmaster. I don't know if I want to keep the gold hair, the yellow hair. We'll see. The blonde. I'll have to figure out what kind of tone I want her skin to have. Well, because it looks good against the red. That makes sense. And fairies usually tend to stray towards the blues. Let's see. Oh, this is looking. Are we liking this? Kind of am. It's kind of. Okay, now she looks like Fairy Smurfette. Smiles, everyone. Oh, I'm hoping so. I am hoping so, Bruce. Actually, is this the blue I want? Yeah, that's the blue I want over. Shoot. I'm going to have to do this. That's okay. We'll get there. Yeah, the blue was too dark a blue. Oh. I need to go. Trying to decide what color I want to make the candy bar here. Probably should change the color on the lettering, but I just want to get a feel for it. Yep. That's not bad as the flats go. That is really not that bad as the flats go. Next time, have a good one, Chris. No, that's the wrong shade. That would be this. That's not bad. I like it. I like it when a picture starts to come together. And I figure I'm going to stick around as long as it takes me to do this picture. I'm going to go get something to eat. And I don't get to go out like I thought I did. Because to go out means that Mandy can't, because Sandra's not well. And that's sad. So, I'm going to take care of some other things. Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, do we like what we are? Almost. It still has my hand-drawn look, which is okay. It's a little scruffy. Yeah, it's a little scruffy. Let's see. Wait, do you know how hard it is to find hairbrushes in her size? Well, yeah. I mean, toothbrush might work. Yeah. Or a paintbrush. But that's not what I wanted, although I kind of like the. Now I'm trying to once again think of pixie-sized products. Oh, that's not what I want. I guess so. I want her to look soft. Vaguely petable, because of course, yeah, we look vaguely petable. There we go. Now come to this. Is that the right red? Yeah, I think that's the right red I want. How's that looking? Yeah, it's looking. Let's make this one just a little lighter. I want a little more fuzz. There we are. I don't know. Is that even showing up? Is it because that? Well, that's better. I have to do a little bit of cleaning on that. That's somewhere. Not sure where, but it's a place. And I'm almost always happy to be getting somewhere. Probably gonna have to do a little bit of erasing on the edge to clean up. That's okay. Now, because we're not gonna not gonna fail to hit this thing up too. I just wanted to make sure the pencils were something I liked because I might do something with the black and white aspects of the pencils, you know. There we go. That's starting to look cool. Now, I like that. Let's pan back here. I may take that circle, the outer circle, out of the line work yet, but I'm only debating that. So I'm here to fill. Not like this. No. But we're gonna. Yep. Okay. Let's go this deep. Yep. I can do this. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of work to do over here. That's okay. Still gonna be a lot of holidays to chase. That's okay, because we're gonna come right here. We're just gonna go track down a bunch of these. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Definitely getting somewhere. Okay, now, if we go and we come up here, we add another layer, blend mode, multiply. We take our yes, we want this. We're going to fill this for only the editing layer. Now we'll take our airbrush. I want to see something because I'm curious. If I do this way. I'm just trying a different route because I can always undo it. That's the beautiful thing about what I'm doing here. I can always do something like this. Oh, see, didn't think that would work for that one. Do this. And I'm going to take first, I want to check something. If I go, that's going to have that effect. That's neat though, because now she looks like she's glowing. So I gotta work with is if I make this a soft light layer, and then I fill white like I did before, this is going to look better. I just need to do something separate. Now we're going to take this, we're going to add a layer, make it multiply, come back. It's the same components, it's just ordering them differently. I thought it shouldn't do that. That should not do that. That's interesting. So if we go here, we go multiply, that's going to make it worse. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Not sure where yet, but kind of like the hard lead look. I come here, and I can go here. A lot of this is me just tinkering with the tools. I can do something like this. That's the trick, guys. You got to play with what you're doing. Yeah, the soft light looks better. We'll use that as a soft light. Okay, now come back to this multiply layer. She still needs something, and I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. So, give me a glow. Wow, that did stuff. Whew. Maybe? No. Okay, it's there. I like that, actually. It's faint, but it makes it pop. Oh, thank you, dear. I like the dramatic shadows better, so the glow layer is not making it. It's okay. It is okay. Because I might be overthinking it. Let's add another layer, blend mode, normal, grab my lines. This one, whoops. Like so. And nice. Then we're going to come here. Do that. And we're going to play with what's filling that, because that is not the right color. Fill that. Nope, that's too close. No, it's not bad. That's not bad. Because then I can come right here, go to this font. We're going all the way up to Chiller. Yes, I know. Chiller's kind of generic. But this is like the one application where Chiller actually has a place. let's see if we like how this is going. Getting there. And we take that. Do we like you? Oh, almost. We almost like you. We almost like you, but there is a little bit of surprise here that needs to be fixed. Oh, wrong layer, my friend. Here we go. Just that little bit peeking out. Not bad. Still needs a little bit of work because there's like one spot right here that I'm going to have to fix. Oh, that's not the brush to it. That is a just get a few of these little tiny holidays zapped up. Base color fixed. I think that looks like a good card. I'm going to sign off on it. Yeah, why not? We'll use this layer. Go way up here. Oh, not very visible. I know I didn't turn the music back on. There we are. Do this. Still not very visible. Let's go here. Let's go here. And here. Well, I hope this has been entertaining for you guys. There we go. I think this is going to make a nice little card. And I'm not too worried about a couple of tinier spots because the bleed from the ink is going to cover it right up. But I think that looks pretty cool. Oh, I see one little part I'm a little annoyed with. So we'll go here. We'll go here. Do this. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave the circle. Because that looks just nice. We will save this as, well, look at the Halloween fairy. Okay, so this will be, save as Halloween fairy token 25. That should, no, token, not token. Jeez. There we go. And we should be able to export that as a ping. Do that, and I can send that to my lovely wife, which is what I do with all these. And then that'll be done. So I think I'm going to run a couple ads, and I guess we'll wrap up. It was unexpected fun drawing time. but it is fun drawing time, and I'm going to keep doing it as the conventions approach. So let's run.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Yep, folks. We're all about letting you art here, letting you voice your opinions, and letting us have a great time coming together to tell a better story that is our lives. And I want you to do that. I want you to keep drawing, keep creating, keep making what you love, because what you can do is you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. And guys, I love you, and frankly, you should too. Toodles. And yeah, you do need to make me some more ads, Kat. See y'all.